Hi, I'm Alex.
I'm Marcela, and this is Bo.
And we all live in a van. So this is our van. She's a 2010 Mercedes Sprinter, long wheelbase. This is our cockpit area, and as you can see we took the bulkhead out that was here, a big metal bulkhead that separates the cab and the van. And then we put these swivel chairs in. This is a table which comes out, and a pole goes on the floor here. Use it as a officey kind of desk space or to eat off.
Was Brandy in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Shouldn't move.
And this is also quite a good open space, even big enough for dancing. Okay, so we also have head unit, Bluetooth head unit with which is hooked up to the reverse camera, has hands-free, all that sort of stuff, which is handy on the road. We also have cruise control, which is it's the reason I went for a Sprinter of this year actually. So originally this bit here was all just headroom for people with really long heads. We thought we'd make the most of that room by building a shelf and some cupboards.
So this is our living area. This is just plywood. I've painted it, and this is just an old pallet, wooden pallet, which I smashed up and sanded down. These are from eBay. I think these are from eBay too. So this is just
Messy cupboard.
the window. We've put in both of the windows. Those are blackout thermal curtains by Vanlife. So the sofa cushions, I have the foam custom made. You can just go online, and I think it was delivered next day. Then we had them upholstered at the tailors. They're quite firm and nice. I don't know. Underneath here we've got quite a lot of storage. And here 240 volt sockets with USB. This is the diesel heater's outlet, and we can control the heating through this thermostat. In here is something that we got a lot of questions about and comments, and I can finally show you our toilet. So this is it. As you can see, we've never actually used it. We've been on the road 3 months, and we were able to go by without it, you know.
This is our shower area, which we've also had a lot of questions about. The reason we designed it without the actual room that people usually have for a shower is just simply to keep the space nice and open. So, let's see inside. So when you need a shower, which should be every day, and you have a nice private shower. However, if I'm honest, we've never actually used this. We just don't need it. We've found that we can just sit in the shower tray there and wash in there, no problem. And well, Marcela doesn't splash any water out, but sometimes I splash some water out. It's not a big deal.
This is our bedroom, and we have standard double Simba mattress. This is our wardrobe. We've got half each. So this is Alex's side. In these little drawers we keep our laptops. The hook, nothing too kinky. We've got a hammock that hooks on here, and there's another hook just by the door.
Oh, chilling, are we, dear? Oh, I love those toes.
The skylight just above our heads. Close it up, we've got a blackout blind and the flynet. We usually put the flynet across, turn the extractor fan on. It pulls the air straight past us all night long, keeping us nice and cool. We were in a really hot places like Sevilla in the middle of summer where the temperature were hitting 40 degrees, and it still kept us cool at night, which is really important because everybody needs a good night's sleep.
So this area here is where most of our switches are. We have switches for the fridge, the water pump, and some of the lights in the van. Then we have the two 40-volt sockets, USB sockets, and a cigarette lighter socket. Here's the voltmeter, which is really high at the moment because the solar's pumping loads of energy in. And this here is the remote monitor for the solar controller. You can see how many watts are coming in, and you've got a little smiley face here, which is great. This last switch here turns the head unit on and off, which is really handy if you're in bed because you sit there and listen to music and then just knock that, and it turns the head unit off and the amplifiers for the silver 6x9s. This switch here is a heat probe that I've put into the freshwater tank, which just stops it from freezing in sub-zero conditions, as we do plan on going to the Alps and places like that. This one just shows us the water level, and this one is the water heater. This isolates the solar panels if we ever need to, and this is a fuse box. This little doorbelly horrible looking switch is for the inverter. It simply just turns the inverter on and off. So while we're talking about the electrics, I'll tell you about the solar. So we have 400 watts of solar panels, two 140 amp hour batteries. We have an MPPT solar charge controller and a 1000 watt inverter. We also have a split charger which runs from the van's alternator. The great thing about the split charger is that if the van battery goes flat, we can charge the van battery from the solar panels. And now Marcela's going to show you the kitchen.
We keep here our cups and bits of dry food and spices. Our worktop is a solid oak worktop. So this lifts off, and that's the sink. It's a quite big bowl with a good flowing tap. So when I'm cooking, I've got the extractor fan on. It's a fantastic fan. So I just open it, turn it on, and open one of the side windows, so it just sucks everything straight out. Because I did have a few people asking about the smells in the van while I cook, but we just don't get it. It's such a good system that it just goes straight out. This is our cooker, which runs off LPG. It's got 2 rings and hob, grill, and a fairly good size oven, which literally lets us cook anything we want to cook and bake and grill. So I'm starting a blog, and I also have an Instagram account where I post easy, quick and sexy vegan recipes. So if you are interested, I will attach the link in the description so you can follow me. Underneath the drawer is our fridge freezer, which is a compressor fridge, meaning that it's really efficient. It's quite a good fridge actually. The freezer, you wouldn't believe how quickly it freezes for a small thing. And that's our kitchen.
So I'm going to give you a little bit more insight on the gas. The bottle is inside here, and it's a non-removable bottle. We keep that in there. So this is where we fill up the LPG, just at normal service stations. Just pop the end on, and when it comes off, the British one's quite boring, but when this one pops off, how's it go?
I said boom!
Whoa!
I said boom! I said boom!
Yeah! LPG. And this one tank of LPG lasts us like 2 months nearly, and that's you doing the cooker and the water heater, and it costs us I think €8 was it to fill it? It's nothing. This is the back of the van. Now in here I get all my stuff, my bike which goes down the side here, harnesses, coats, my kites, board. Best part about the back for me, you can have hot or cold. And it's handy just to like wash all the sand and salt water off my kit. And also if you've seen any of Nate Murphy's videos, he actually puts a shower curtain with some magnets along the back here, and then you put it up here and just have a shower in privacy. So this is where you hang stuff up in here, and the bike fits down there. Got water pumping things here, little flap here to put some things in, and then down inside we've got this shelf space and the little light switch here. Here I've got amplifiers for the sound system, and then the inverter's actually down there. This is to get to the batteries, and these water pipes as well. They were meant to have ply around here to cover them up. but I was just so rushed in the end I didn't get to do it. So I'm going to show you some things underneath the van. This is where the freshwater tank is. And you can see here we've insulated it, and that there is the heat probe that I was talking about earlier to stop it freezing up in winter. This is the LPG water heater. This is where we fill up the fresh water. We have the waste tank under here, so 50 litres of waste. That's the tank there. This is the exhaust for the 𝐕𝐚𝐧 diesel heater, which lives underneath the driver's seat, and that's underneath the van. So these are the solar panels, 400 watts of them. I'll go through how I wired them up and how I attach them to the roof and everything else on the build in detail video. I did actually have quite a serious issue with the solar, so I will be writing about that in my blog, which you can find a link to in the description below the video. This is the vent above our bed. It's very sturdy in the wind, which is something I'll come on to in a minute about the other vent actually. This is our 4G aerial, which hooks up to the 4G router. And this here is the MiFi router. And this is what I'm talking about with the fantastic fan. It's not just that it's an annoying noise, it's that it seems a little weak. As you can see, there's only this one attachment here, whereas the vent lid at the front has, you know, two real strong attachments. If anybody else has a fantastic fan, if you could please let me know in the comments if yours rattles like this as well, because it seems like it has a lot of play in it. I don't think it should have this much play. And that is the roof. We're leaving Portugal in the next couple of days and heading to Croatia, where we'll be doing plenty more filming along the way. There are some specific videos on the way to you, such as the van build in detail and life on the road. However, for more regular updates and to see what we're doing day to day, please follow our Snapchats, which you'll find the links to those in the description below.
And if you liked our van tour video, please give us a thumbs up, comment and subscribe.
Cheers, bye! Cool.